Yep. September 30th, 2021. Halfcast 146, episode 146. Let's go, baby. Happy Thursday, guys. One more day. We almost made it through. Of course, I have a few things to reflect with you on this fine Thursday evening. So let's have at it. So one change is that I'm going to be doing the podcast earlier in the day moving forward because my schedule is changing. Yes. No more graveyard podcast for old Avery. Because but I love doing this. But I love doing the show. But it's gonna be even better now because it won't be I won't be bringing you episodes at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, and I'm proud of that. So it's small victories, baby. Small victories. I have a few stories that I found interesting, and I would like to share them with you. First up, instead of getting vaccinated, anti-vaxxers are drinking iodine antiseptic. Now, they don't, because first I had a ball with the ivermectin. If you're not familiar with ivermectin is the anti-parasitic which they use on farm animals and horses. It does have human applications, but it's not meant for like internal use. And people were like defending it and swearing by it. And I have not once still heard one story of a person of it either cured them or kept them away from COVID-19. So let's see what this one is. And iodine is not meant to be taken internally. Another joke. I don't know who's selling these people this snake oil, but they need to quit it before somebody gets hurt. Another ineffective treatment. Just go for the balls right on the first sentence. For COVID-19 is being promoted in anti-vaccine and science skeptical circles. Wow. First, there was hydroxychloroquine. That was the stuff that keeps your fish tank water clean, so your fish don't get like Popeye and get so your fish don't get weird diseases in the water. That kept it for the fish. It's for fish tanks. Yeah. Now then ivermectin. I had fun with that. Bring that back. And some Americans are gargling and or ingesting the iodine-based liquid betadine to prevent COVID-19 instead of getting vaccinated. This is what I don't understand: is that these people will try everything. They will do time in jail and get a massive fine to get fake vaccine cards. they'll take things that cure horses and pigs from pinworms. They'll take that, and they're not scared to take that. I will be horrified to put that in my body. Oh no, you will not. And hydroxychloroquine, I think that's to keep saltwater fish from catching from catching bad acne. In which the clinical use for none of these drugs has anything to do with virus stopping. Like, yeah, antiviral. Now, I mean, betadine is the brand name for povidone iodine, an amber-colored liquid typically sold as a 10% solution as an antiseptic for cleaning wounds and skin. Has nothing to do with the virus. A 0.5% solution is sold as a gargle for sore throats, but that I can see that. But the manufacturer cautions people not to swallow it. Recently, the manufacturer warned customers not to consume. How about people got that in the board meeting? You have to go public. You have a million other things to do. but in the board meeting, you have to like hold the lunch, hold the jet, hold the flight to hurry up and tell these people not to take medicine, which is probably clearly written on a label to don't take it internally. Now, my definition of drug abuse, I could be wrong. Abusing a drug is using it in a way that's inconsistent with this labeling. And when you're doing this is clearly drug abuse. So some of you people should, especially if you're giving it to kids, some of you should be like on report. Betadine antiseptic first aid products have not been approved to treat coronavirus. We got to say that. Like, why is that? Why does this have to be said? Like, reads a statement on the manufacturer's website. Products should only be used to help prevent infection and minor cuts, scrapes, and burns. Betadine antiseptic products have not been demonstrated to be effective for the treatment or prevention of COVID-19 or any other viruses. They have to say that because if somebody takes it, this is what's fucked up. If somebody takes this and they get sick and said they took it to cure COVID, now they got to get in front of court. They got to go in front of a judge and tell people and prove to people that they never told anyone that this was supposed to be taken to prevent COVID-19 or any other virus. It's just, it's sick. Depending on which type of betadine one ingests, side effects can range from stomach pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, fever, extreme thirst, being unable to urinate, to diarrhea, vomiting, and burning a person's gastrointestinal tract, which are some of the similar symptoms of when people take that ivermectin. And people wasn't even taking the ivermectin, the human, because the human application is for like skin, it's for like rosacea, I think, and head lice. Okay, that's the human application. No, people weren't taking that. No, they went straight for the raw, uncut stuff. Next story. Please don't take this. I would hate for you to be on a story that I'm laughing hysterically at because you decided that this. Who is telling people? Who keeps telling people that it's okay to take this stuff? Wow. How podcasts have become the backbone for white supremacist recruiting. Okay. Okay. Jeez. Have a sip of my non-alcoholic beverage. This sounds like a deep cut right here. Oh, wow. Extremists on the far right have built a network of podcasts critical to spreading white supremacist propaganda, building an audience for extremism and organizing events like spoon banging, jug blowing, and moonshine distilling classes. No. And organizing events organizing events like the deadly 2017 Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. A new study from the Southern Poverty Law Center shows, and there's also a three-legged race and a kissing booth, which you can only kiss your cousin. Yeah, encouraged by the intimate nature of audio broadcasting, low barriers to entry, and lax oversight from podcasting platform. What are you trying to say? That lax oversight from podcasting platforms that anybody can do it? Yeah, that's what you're trying to say? That's a low blow. Extremist podcasting, that's the term for it, has grown from a niche of the far right to a sprawling web of white supremacists who regularly appear on one another's show. The report reveals just a lot of wranglers in in flannel. Just ask white nationalist Richard Spencer, who came to fame in the first 2 years of the Trump presidency as the leader of the so-called alt-right movement. He co-hosts a podcast every month. Now here I am doing it the hard way. All I gotta do is just become a hate monger. Yeah, I like podcasting for this very reason, Spencer said, describing the cozy atmosphere as friendship nationalism. Friendship nationalism, he said, is basically this network of podcasts where people get together and experiment with cranberries and raisins in each other's potato salad. No. Talking about current events, and they're just kind of hanging out. Yeah, right. While some extremist podcasters took a break after the January 6th Capitol riot, which sent many of the country's white supremacists into hiding. Yeah, so what are you hiding for if it's just a friendly platform for you to talk shop with you and the good old boys? Why are you hiding? Experts said there are indications the network is reawakening as in its heyday between 2015 and 2020. First off, I want to be the first to say that today being International Podcast Day for Spotify, I for one will vote that my show is way better than anything that these people could possibly fucking talk about. Swing your sister dosey dope. But yeah, podcasting has the potential to quietly spread hate without attracting as much attention as social media or video streaming platforms. Yeah, low key recruiting people. Podcasting is a huge deal, said Megan Swire, an extremism researcher, professor, and one of the authors of the report. Listening to extreme right-wing radio is a clandestine activity, and being who's at work listening to listening to rereadings listen to Mein Kampf on audio books. Who's really at work listening to that? You would rather listen to my show. Subscribe. No, it's a clandestine activity. Yeah, and being able to have these recordings that you can play on a personal device through your earbuds is so important to these groups. How backed up do you have to be sexually and gastrointestinally to feel like this is therapeutic to listen to in a time where this is what you're really relaxing to? Loosen up the banjo strings, buddy. Using audio broadcasting to spread hateful messages is as old as propaganda itself. Of course, during World War II, Joseph Goebbels, Adolf Hitler's propaganda minister, developed a radio network to deliver polished Nazi propaganda to German homes. Okay, I get it. It goes back historically, but so does radio for everything else. Radio's been around since as long as radio's been around. So we can't, everything doesn't exactly tie in. Every time we talk about Hitler worms his way into the conversation, not on this show. God damn it. Everybody listen to the radio. Kissinger and everybody else listen to the radio too. So, damn it. Get this off my page. Next up. Ain't we lucky we get them? We have no sort of way to make anything at this time. McDonald's employee tells customer that manager is on drugs. That's what I'm talking about. What you thought I came here to work? What did you think I came here? What you thought I came here to supervise? No, I'm going to close my door and I'm going to doze off right now. And yeah, and come get me when you're ready to count your register. In a viral TikTok posted on Sunday, a McDonald's employee tells a drive-through customer that their manager is on drugs. This is fucking hilarious. Our manager is on drugs. The employee explains that they are waiting on a supervisor to arrive, and the customer asks what's going on. None of your business. What goes on in this McDonald's stays in this McDonald's. That's what you should have said. Our manager is on drugs. That sounds like somebody who's trying to worm their way to the corporate ladder. They say through the drive-through system, and I'm new, and my other employee is new. Oh, come on. You were supposed to go get your supervisor, get him a goddamn cup of coffee, and tell him to screw his dick on straight. No. The video's audio was originally posted in a TikTok video in July 2020 by user Bryce Thompson. The video, does that count as a whistleblower? Really? The video, which has more than 2.8 million views, includes the next few seconds of conversation. We have no sort of way to make anything at this time, the employee says, but our general manager is on her way. Oh, you called the big boss? Wow. The customer asks if he should wait to place an order. Get out of here. You making it worse. If you want to park and wait, it's going to be about 30 minutes, which is not the definition of eating at McDonald's, 30 minutes. Damn, McDonald's TikToker captioned their new version of the video, which has more than 810,000 views. Wow. The Daily Dot has reached out to McDonald's user Denise official did not immediately respond to the Daily Dot's request for comment via Instagram. Yo, hey man, if you want to keep working here, you got to stay off the drugs. So that coming to America, you're gonna stay off the drugs, son. Or after these people been, you had somebody pulled a gun recently out of McDonald's because there was too much sugar in the coffee. Then you had somebody pulled a gun a while ago because there was too much salt on the fries. Then somebody's daughter had got fired and they came back with a rake, like a yard rake, and hit the manager and took one of his eyes out. Shit, I would be high on the job too. There was somebody working. These are all stories that I have been through before. There was a time when it was like, and this is just McDonald's alone. I had a few of them. Then there was the guy. They had some type of opioids, and he had it in his shirt pocket, and he bought it from somebody on the job. They leaned over to hand the food over in the drive-thru, and it fell in a kid's Happy Meal. And you mean to tell me you wouldn't be in the office while that shit is falling all apart and they're getting high, open keys with a switchblade? Next up, Jesus, yeah, not McDonald's. I ain't signed up for all this. PA man convicted of stabbing ex to death after he asked her to meet to discuss breakup. You piece of shit, you fumbled it. You probably had a good woman on your hands and you lost her. And yeah, it's just some people, you know what I've seen over the years is that there are some people who really don't care that you've broken up. It's just that they don't want to be the one that history says that they're the one that got dumped. They don't like the feeling of that loss. Know what I mean? And they really take it more personal than they should. It's not personal. If I got to break up for you, if I got to break up with you, it's really 100% all me. I'm doing it to protect my sanity. And in most cases, with some of you men and women out there, somebody might be breaking up with you to protect their health. Really, a Pennsylvania man has been found guilty of fatally stabbing his girlfriend more than 30. Why 30 times, fam? After he asked her to come to a train station parking lot to discuss their breakup. I would never. You think that you would think that you want closure. I don't care for closure. It's over, Avery. Okay, it's been fun. Okay, it's been fun. Why? I don't think. And this sweetheart here was just trusting enough to really had the courage to want to tell him, to not be scared to tell him face to face, because obviously some red flags that she's leaving him. There was something there that she seen that she didn't like, that she didn't want to be with anymore. I would suspect 30 times after he asked her to come to a train station parking lot to discuss their breakup. On Wednesday, a jury in Montgomery County convicted Gilbert Newton III, 19. He's young. You know what you do? Your girl break up with you when you're 19. You hit the fucking pull-up bar. You get a fresh brush. You get a fresh brush cut with with a brand new brush and wave cap. Know what I mean? You read a few books. You know, you spend a few time. You get yourself a couple new outfits. You go out, you smile you smile a little bit brighter. You say hello a few more times. You know what I mean? And before you know it, you're killing it out there. I mean, it just doesn't take nothing to bounce back from these things. There really should not. Rejection is just too, it's overrated to me. Rejection is overrated to me. I would rather have somebody say no and be honest about how they feel up front than to us living a lie for 2, 3 years and you find out she fucking hates your guts. She couldn't stand you, but she thought you would change, but you didn't. Okay, I'm floating away here. First degree murder for killing Morgan McCaffrey, who was 18, had her whole life ahead of her when Newton stabbed her to death on July 27th, 2020 online. Now oh, he looks like it. He's a goofy. He looks like a goofy. Moments later, Judge William Carpenter sentenced Newton to life in prison, which is the mandatory sentence for first-degree murder. The Philadelphia Inquirer, CBS Philly, and Bucks County Courier report. Wow, emotions were running high in the courtroom during the sentencing hearing when McCaffrey's family told the court how the young woman's murder had affected them. McCaffrey's mother called Newton a living monster. Of course, this is a life sentence you've imposed on all of us, she said to Newton. Of course, yeah, fair enough. She was covered in blood from apparent stab wounds to her neck and stomach and pronounced dead at the scene. You piece of shit. Yeah, after the fatal stabbing, Newton sent a text saying, "I killed Morgan about an hour ago. There was no stopping me." What did you get off of that? Like, what did you get out of that? We will always have a void without Morgan. That's sad. Tomorrow we're going to wake up tomorrow and we'll begin to write the rest of Morgan's story because we're determined to not let it end this way. Fair enough. Wow. Wow. Watch out for these men and these women that use the guise of wanting closure to just get you to see you that one last time to like either you're gonna take me back or you're not gonna have any. What the fuck be going through people's mind? Really? If you rocks with the show, if you rocks with AJ, don't forget to like and subscribe. How we doing on time here? Man shot 17 times after spitting while talking during card game. God damn it. It's inappropriately appropriate to clap. He didn't deserve 17 times. Maybe he might have deserved to get slapped upside the head a little bit because if you're not a child, there's no reason you should be in anybody's circumference spitting while you talk. No, I mean, there should not. No. It's one of the ultimate disrespects other than putting your foot on somebody. And a lot of people take it. A lot of people take it more serious than they take it very seriously. A Chicago man is being held without bail after shooting another man to death. Having grown frustrated at the fact he was spitting during a card game. You should not. And first off, you should be wearing a mask anyway. So what the hell is going on here? According to Fox 32, Cook County prosecutors believe Edward McKissick, 38, was so annoyed by the amount Misax Richardson, 35, was spitting during a card game at a South Side hookah lounge. So you putting your spitty, you smoking a hookah and you got the wet. Ooh, I know. How many of you remember if you ever smoked pot or if you ever shared a cigarette or anything smoking before, that there was always that one person that always wet the blunt or wet the cigarette or wet the black and like, what are you doing? What are you was spitting during just the people who the mouth is naturally just mushy. Like, I don't know. Like you can't like just put a salt tablet under your tongue or something. He followed him outside during a smoking break and shot him multiple times. I'm tired of you, man. I'm tired of you, man. Put a cotton ball in the side of your mouth or something, some gauze or something, man, because you wetting me over here. Police reportedly recovered 10 spent shell casings attributed to McKissick's gun, while Richardson was found to have incurred 17 gunshot wounds. Wow, this is really fucked up. I'm just making light of it. McKissick and his girlfriend had been playing with Richardson and his brother early and was probably winning and spitting and talking shit, just adding to it. September 27th at the lounge on the 700 block of West 77th Street, just prior to the incident. Prosecutors allege that McKissick pulled a gun from his waistband as Richard had his back turned to him while smoking outside the bar and began shooting. They say that when the shooting stopped, a security guard and another person inside the lounge opened the door to find McKissick standing outside, pointing the gun in their direction. Yeah, go back in. Nothing to see here. Wow. Prosecutors say a lounge patron in possession of a concealed carry license then proceeded to open fire on McKissick, shooting him once left. That shit is different out there in Chicago. The fact that, yeah, like fuck it, the police just came to grips with the fact that, okay, whether you got a license, probably very, very, very soon. I suck at the dismount. I swear to God, yo. I hate saying it's hard to say goodbye, right? Yo, I love you guys. I'll talk to you very, very, very soon. Adios.